Hi, I'm Andy's father. I appreciate all of you coming today. Andy lost his way. It's almost as if he had a job, which was going to school. And after he graduated from school, it's as if he didn't have a job anymore. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't find his way. He spent 8 years trying to figure out what was wrong with him. And as Patty said, he went to a lot of different places, but nobody could figure out the exact reason. When we first heard about social anxiety, I think we did what a lot of people do, is kind of dismiss it. It really doesn't sound that serious. If somebody tells you they have cancer, you know right away that it's a serious thing. With social anxiety, people don't really realize how severe it can be. Everybody has a little social anxiety. It's that feeling you get when you get up to make a speech, that anxiety, that adrenaline in your stomach that you feel. I think everybody can relate to that. But some people have it so severely that they live with it all day long. And if you can imagine that feeling, an intense feeling like that all day long, that's what my son had to live with. And he didn't know how to get rid of it. He didn't know what it was even called for a long time. So after he died, we decided to try to make social anxiety something that was more easily recognizable by people. And we found that even the mental health community really wasn't aware of social anxiety, how to diagnose it, or even how to treat it. So we established the Andrew Kukes Foundation for Social Anxiety about 3 years ago. And we've been trying to spread the word ever since. As you all know, there's a DSM definition for social anxiety. But as I've come to understand it, it's more of a condition that kind of lives on a spectrum. And it really isn't a problem for many people unless it reaches a certain point. And that's the point where it starts to affect your life. When you're doing things like not taking certain types of jobs, not going out with friends, not going to parties, making decisions in your life based upon your social anxiety. That's when it becomes a problem. And we find that there are millions of people living out there that conduct their lives around their social anxiety. And it really takes a lot of energy and takes away from leading a fulfilling life. But one of the other things we've found is that the earlier you can treat people with social anxiety, the more likelihood there is that they'll get a better outcome. And that's why we're so happy to be partnering with an organization like this, where you guys are on the front lines with families and children, and you have the ability to recognize social anxiety in people and get them the help they need as soon as they can. Every time I speak about this, I think it's going to get a little easier, but so far it hasn't. I did a radio show about last fall, and the host of the radio show had lost his brother to suicide, and he was telling me the story on the air, and it sounded as though it had happened 6 months ago or 2 months ago. And when I asked him how long his brother had been dead, he said 20 years. So it's a grief that really never goes away, and it's, you can imagine, very hard to deal with. But we hope that you can be on the front lines with us, helping people with social anxiety. Thank you.